This group was one of the top urban current performers of the 80s and also performed well in the adult contemporary market, although its origins were in 70s soul and funk. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Atlantic Starr. Before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Several members initially collaborated as Nubin, a funk group that issued 2 albums on the Gwyneth's label in 1977, Nubin and Nubin 2. Atlantic Starr was founded the same year in White Plains, New York by 3 brothers, lead vocalist and guitarist David Lewis, lead singer and keyboardist Wayne Lewis, and trombonist and drummer Jonathan Lewis. The band included vocalist Sharon Bryant, trumpeter William Sutter, saxophone Damon Renty, who was subsequently replaced by Corin Daniels in 1981, bassist Clifford Archer, drummer Porter Carroll Jr., and percussionist and flutist Joseph Phillips. Atlantic Starr began playing in the northeastern United States, influenced by bands such as Earth, Wind and Fire, New Birth, and LTD.
Well, the group got together about 10 years ago by the merging of 3 different groups in our hometown in Greenburgh, right next to White Plains, town of Greenburgh, the city of White Plains. We went to France in 75, at the end of 75, and at the beginning of 76, we went to Los Angeles, and we stayed there, and we worked our way up to getting enough money to make a demo. Then my manager took it around to record companies in alphabetical order, and A&M came pretty close to the beginning, and they took us in, and when we signed a record deal in 78, we changed the name to Atlantic Starr from New Band, the original name. And that was basically, to make a very long story very short.
They joined with A&M Records and began working with Bobby Eli, a well-known producer and composer from Philadelphia. Atlantic Starr's self-titled debut album, produced by Eli in 1978, was not a mega platinum smash but fared moderately well, with the funk song Stand Up, which peaked at number 16 on Billboard's R&B singles list. Eli produced the band's second album, Straight to the Point. While the 1979 album fared well, A&M saw that Atlantic Starr might be larger. So in 1981, the band switched producers and hired James Carmichael for their third album, Radiant. It was a good decision, Radiant, and its smash single. When Love Calls helped Atlantic Starr establish themselves as an R&B group. On Radiant, the charismatic Bryant matured as a singer, and her lead vocals contributed significantly to the band's popularity. Carmichael went on to create 1982's Brilliance, which had the number 2 R&B singles, Circles. And Yours Forever. The latter of which included Touch of 4-Leaf Clover, another massive smash featuring Bryant.
Take your time, pick it. You only got one chance.
Bryant was not Atlantic Starr's sole lead vocalist. Wayne and David Lewis both contributed lead vocals, but she was a valuable asset. So it was rather disappointing when she departed Atlantic Starr in 1984 to seek a solo career. However, everything was not lost. The brilliant Barbara Weathers was chosen as a substitute, and 1985's As the Band Turns. Atlantic Starr's first post-Bryant album, and 6th overall, saw the band debut a smaller lineup of Weathers, the Lewis brothers, and Phillips. Despite the departures of Sutter, Daniels, Archer, and Carroll, Atlantic Starr remained distinctive and unmistakable as the band turns, which included the big hit Secret Lovers.
Secret lovers, yeah, that's what we
Was Atlantic Starr's final album for A&M. They signed to Warner Bros. In 1987 and were successful with the album, All in the Name of Love, and the hit single Always.
chasing all of the rain away when you come around.
Always, a sweet adult contemporary ballad, highlighted the Lewis brothers' goal to achieve the crossover success that Whitney Houston and Lionel Richie experienced in the 80s. They achieved their dream when Always, who reached #1 on both the pop and R&B charts. The Weathers departed the band after All in the Name of Love to pursue a solo career, and Portia Martin, who appeared on We're Moving Up in 1988, took his place. Martin stayed with Atlantic Starr for a few years until being replaced by Rachel Oliver, the band's fourth female vocalist in the early 90s. Atlantic Starr's partnership with Warner Bros. Ended after 1991's Love Crazy, and the band made one album for Arista in 1994 time. That album was a commercial flop with the song I'll Remember You, barely reaching the 50s on Billboard's R&B and mainstream singles charts.
Pure and simple heart, shadows painted.
Aisha Tanner replaced Oliver on Time, David Lewis' final record with the band. When 1999's Legacy was released on the small Independent Street Solid label, Atlantic Starr introduced yet another lineup, this time featuring two Lewis brothers, Wayne and Jonathan Oliver, who have returned to replace Tanner, and a new male singer named Dwayne Woods. Although Legacy garnered little notice, Atlantic Starr persevered and was still playing for devoted followers when the 21st century dawned. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Atlantic Starr?